Wherever you are, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes,
we got Brad Feller over here. He's the B to the BS show. I'm Shawn Wright. I'm the S. This is the BS show, sponsored by Century 21 Wright Realty, and we are live at over 30 different websites all across the intersphere. But if you want to comment, go to the Century 21 Wright Realty Facebook page to comment. If you're on the IG Live, we post you up late, but comment nevertheless, and we'll get to you and we'll answer your comments. But other than that, you can find us everywhere. Wherever you are, we're there. And we'll see you live on Century 21 Wright Realty Facebook page for the comments. We got a big bunch of weekend stuff. We got National Pot Pie Day.
Yeah.
National Pot
That's a good day.
Pot pies are fabulous, especially if you're from the South. If you want a good pot pie, I strongly suggest the KFC pot pie. It's pretty good.
It is good. A good size. That crust is excellent.
They've got like a $5 pot pie. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that was like my baby food for like all throughout growing up as a baby.
Well, it has the peas and carrots in it. So
yeah.
There you go. Good stuff. So National Pot Pie Day. What else? There's usually more than one national day.
Well, there's like several other national days that were divisive, and we're not doing anything divisive on this show. So,
food brings everybody
together. I mean, the only argument you can have with pot pies is what's the meat that goes in them.
Yes.
Chicken, beef, turkey.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Beef is shepherd's pie, then, isn't it?
Sure. Bring it on.
Sure. I think shepherd's pie is a little different. It has mashed potatoes or something in it. Yeah, so
a little different.
There is a beef pot pie that doesn't have the mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Shepherd's pie is a little different being. But the chicken pot pie at KFC is fantastic.
Yeah. Beef would be my last meat of choice for a pot pie.
Yeah.
You know.
Depends on the gravy.
Well, it's got beef stock in it instead of chicken or turkey stock.
Exactly.
Now, have you had a shrimp pot pie?
No, that sounds delicious.
So
that sounds like it's from Louisiana too.
Whatever kind of meat you have, they can put in a pot pie. Which, hey, like I said, this is fantastic. All right. So, what'd you do for the weekend, Brad?
Well, watched a little bit of football. Made some big plans for an event coming up soon, and
you have a big event coming up soon, life-changing event.
Yeah, I'm calling it the Taco Fest.
The Taco Fest.
We're at a taco bar.
All right, fantastic.
But yeah, and I open house Sunday. Had a couple of good clients come by, but all in all, it wasn't very eventful, but it was good. Made it through, so no complaints. What about you?
I watched football both days. I've determined that my football teams are cursed, so when I outwardly support my football teams, they get destroyed. So I'm now an Alabama fan.
There you go. Yeah. Drake it up.
Please, if that's the case, keep being an Alabama fan. Then.
But
Put Alabama on the cover of Madden NFL.
Yeah, and New England and the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
So I'm now going to pull for Alabama and the New England Patriots because everybody I'm pulling for is terrible.
Yeah.
So
is it bandwagon if everybody's doing it?
Yeah, so no, I'm not really going to pull for Alabama. That would never come out of my mouth or my soul. It just can't happen. But let me get to the topic at hand because this has been discussed all weekend long. I've been on the phone constantly about this topic. UT fans, calm down. Speaking to you, calm down. It's not as bad as it looks. UT is playing 66 freshmen or sophomores. More than anybody else in the country. They've got 18 freshmen or sophomores that are playing significant snaps. It's okay. You can look at the guys that Pruitt brought in, and they are ballers. It's these weak butch players that have no leadership, that quit anytime there's any adversity. They're the ones that are to blame for all of this. As soon as Garantano threw that interception that went off Jennings' hands, that game was over Saturday. And it would have been 7-7 if he would have caught it. But instead, the game was over because all of those upperclassmen, instead of being leaders and leading the younger guys, they quit. It was over.
Yeah, you can tell.
The body language, everything. It didn't matter. At halftime, Tennessee should have been up 17 to 14. And if you're up 17 to 14 at halftime, the game totally changes.
Right.
Garantano is not a quarterback. He may be the best quarterback on the he may have given you the best chance to win so far, but going forward, he's not the quarterback. Guys, it takes 3 to 4 years to build a culture. The culture at Tennessee has been ruined the past 10 years with constant staff changes, with constant head coaching changes, with a coach last time that was literally abusing his players. It's going to take time for these players that Pruitt's brought in to gain leadership, to take over the locker room, and be able to where they can withstand adversity. You got to build the culture back.
Yeah, and the winning culture can be tough to build.
Right.
When you're not.
Winning.
Yeah.
All those upperclassmen have ever known is losing. It's all they've ever known. You've got to get these younger guys that are playing with passion, that are bought into Pruitt's system, Chaney's system, and Ansley's system. The coaching staff's there. The game plans are there. I mean, you can see it. Tennessee's defense played well. You can't help when you turn the ball over 4 times.
Right, yeah.
You can't help that you've got a
4 times in the first half, wasn't it?
No, 4 times overall.
3 in the first half.
You can't help that you've got a free safety that's a senior that should know how to play safety that can only play in cover 2. And he can't disguise the cover 2. You're stuck. So you got an open spot on the field to throw the ball to. There's nothing you can disguise there.
Yeah.
His dad is an All-American at that school. He was a Pro Bowler in the NFL for the Chiefs. He's not his dad. Right. He's not Del Carter.
Yep.
You've got a quarterback that can't throw from here to JJ, and JJ's 6 foot away from me. If you see that end zone camera of the shot he threw that was nowhere close to Dominic Wood-Anderson, that shows right there why he's not a college quarterback. That guy was by himself. That was a touchdown. You got to, these Tennessee fans, calm down. I understand. I've been a lifelong Tennessee fan. I've lived through the past 10 years, and I grew up not knowing anything but Tennessee dominance. Yeah. When I was born, by the time you figure I was of age, 5, 6 years old, paying attention, Johnny Majors was winning SEC championships. Then we went to the dominance in the 90s. That's all I knew growing up. We're going through a rough spot, but the coach that we have now is right. You can see the players he's brought in. You can see the system he's doing. He's got it set up correctly. And I know we don't want to hear any more growing pains, but if you thought we were winning 7, 8, 9 ball games this year, you're the problem. We weren't winning that many games this year. You could literally look at the schedule and say, loss. Now, should we have beat Georgia State? Yes. That's a bad loss.
It was embarrassing.
BYU's a toss-up game. It could have gone either way. You take that one Alontae Taylor busted play, Tennessee wins that ball game. So we could easily be 3-0 right now. Easily. Or we could easily be 0-3. And I'm not counting the Chattanooga game because, I mean, that's basically playing a high school game. So you get that win. But you could easily be 4-0 just as much as you could be 1-3 right now. Just the way the ball drops. Give the guy a chance to get 3 or 4 of his recruiting, his players in, to really see what this guy can do. Because he's still playing with a loaded deck. A coach that brought players in, didn't develop them, had a terrible locker room culture. You got to get rid of that culture to do anything.
There you go. The brick don't lie.
The ball don't lie. You can watch those players and tell who's a baller and who's not. And most of those ballers are on that team are freshmen and sophomores. Yeah. I'm okay starting every freshman and sophomore and just let them play, get them experience, lose out. Who cares? You're not playing for anything anyway.
At least there's an excuse.
There's an excuse. You let the guys play that can play ball. Get all these and put them on the spot. Look, if you're not going to show up, strap up, and go, just get out. You're at game 4 now. You can literally transfer, take a red shirt, and just go on. We don't want you. But let them have time. I know we don't want to hear it's another year. We're at least 2 years away from competing on anything. At least 2.
That's the best thing I've heard any Tennessee fans ever said is we're at least 2 years out.
At least 2 years.
I agree with that.
It's not a next year thing. It's not this is the year. It's nothing. We're at least 2 years away from competing.
Right.
And if you change coaches again, you just pushed yourself out at least 4 more years to competing.
Yep.
I know we all want to say Nick Saban took over and won a national championship his second year. He had players. That team had good recruits. The team developed well. He came into a good situation. Do you think Saban would have walked into a bad situation? No. The game plan's been good. It's not the coaching. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. It ain't the X's and the O's. All right. Now, to digress, to my other two alma maters. Memphis is going to be 4-0 after this week. Middle, you better learn how to stop the run. You couldn't stop the run against Duke. They're a passing team. They ran the ball all over you. This weekend at Iowa, those big cornbread mamma jammas are about to play old school 3 yards in a cloud of dust football. And it's going to be like in the first quarter, it's going to be like 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards. In the second quarter, those will be turned into 6 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards. Third quarter, they're now 12. Fourth quarter, they're now 20. I'll be surprised, even though I was just going to run the rock, I'll be surprised if it is not a 50-7 game or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. They didn't look good against the run against Duke. That was sad.
Against Duke.
Right.
They're not a running team. Iowa is a running team.
Right. So we'll see.
All right.
They'll pick it up.
My Falcons are terrible. They play the Titans this weekend. Due to my Falcons being so terrible, I don't know. The Titans aren't good. The Falcons aren't good. They may end up in a tie.
The Saints are good still.
Still.
Steelers are terrible this year.
Who's it? Is it Cowboys and Saints this week?
I don't know. If the Saints could lose every game, that'd be spectacular.
It might be a good game.
Drew Brees broke every finger, so.
Yeah, but they said he's recovering well, so that's the Raiders. They didn't show up yesterday, did they?
Didn't happen to do well.
Yeah. The Falcons are the same as UT. They have one thing go bad, and it's like the whole game's off the rails. Yeah. Matty Ice threw a pick down in the red zone yesterday in the first half, and it was like it was over for him. Mm-hmm. The Colts got up 2 touchdowns or something, and the Falcons fought back in the second half, but it was like too little too late. It was like, why'd y'all, like, literally after the interception, y'all quit for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you started playing again.
Catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's with the Raiders. It was just,
All right, I'm going to make another comment about the NFL before we move on. All this, like, tanking for Tua and suck for the duck and all this stuff, there needs to be a penalty if you are purposely tanking your season for a first-round draft for any sport. Look, it's not fair to your fans. It's not fair to your current players on the roster to literally not compete to get a first. First of all, that first overall draft pick's not guaranteed.
Right.
Look, I'm a Tennessee fan. Ask about Heath Schuler.
I have his autograph.
Yeah. What's the big offensive lineman from Michigan? That big
Tony Mandrich.
Tony Mandrich. Yeah. Bust.
Andre Ware.
Andre Ware.
Go down a list of people.
Marcus Mariota. Let's see all the quarterbacks that the Titans have drafted. Jake Locker.
What was it? One of the Raiders linemen, Gilly or Gatlin.
Oh, what about Jamarcus Russell, the Raiders quarterback?
Oh, why we got to stay on the Raiders?
For an arm, though.
Oh, he was incredible, man. He just can't. Menzel.
He can throw.
Let's get off the Raiders.
Get off the Raiders. No, but seriously, something has to be done about this. It's not fair to the fans. What you're charging your fans.
It's not fair to the people coming out of college.
Right.
You're the first round pick and you're going to go to some garbage team. They need to do like the NBA and have a lottery.
A lottery.
Yeah. I think, I'm not sure how baseball does, but if you can rig to where you can get the first pick.
Well, remember the Knicks when Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing, they were accused of rigging that, had frozen their lottery ball or something like that. So it was the first one to pop up, and it was guaranteed them to get Patrick Ewing. The Knicks were accused of that. So that something's got to be done.
Yeah.
Just to be fair, and what does that tell you about your competitive spirit if you're willing to tank every game?
Right.
And what's the difference in that? What Pete Rose did?
Right. Because for some of these guys, it's their beginning of their career, starting out on a horrible note, and for others, it's their last year.
Yeah.
And you're going out literally purposely.
All right. So that's that. What's your listing you want to spotlight?
We have a new listing in Christiana, Buchanan Estates out there. It's 700 Cliffside Drive, nestled down in the corner of the neighborhood. Beautiful house. Market Saturday, ready for tours. reach out to me or check it out on my site, bradfowlerc21.com.
I'm going to spotlight 6320 Paperbark Court. It's about an 18-month-old house. It's in a new subdivision, and it's $20,000 less discount plus the cost of the fence. So you're $28,000 less than a brand spanking new house with the same amenities.
Barely over a year
and
old.
It's maybe 18 months old.
Yeah.
So what a discount, buying in with equity, and it's got everything you'd ever want a house. It's a one-level, 2,300 square foot house approximately. So I mean, one level, good size house.
Mm.
So there you go. All right, top 3 today. Top 3 pizza styles, and there's always the argument Chicago or New York, but you got Detroit style, you got Philly style, you got all these other styles of pizza. So let's go, and you even got the Naples style, which is just the burnt crust with the mozzarella, the basil, and the tomato sauce.
Crap out of here.
So
that's not pizza. Then you got Fowler style, where it's regular crust and then toppings.
Yeah,
the inside's still cold.
And then you got Sir Pizza style, which is supposed to be toppings to the crust, but I hadn't seen them do that in forever. There's a crust around it, so it's like, I guess they don't advertise that anymore, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was their advertising line, pizza to the crust, and it had pizza all the way to the crust. All right, so top 3.
Top 3 styles. What do you got?
All right, I'm gonna have to.
And we are overlapping, right? We're not gonna say okay.
We are, because I'm pretty sure
I can only think of like 5 or 6 styles to begin with. So
so that, and I think we're all unanimous, and I'm assuming we're unanimous on the top one. But my third place is gonna have to go to Detroit style with Jet's Pizza.
Or the Jet style pizza. Hungry Howie's, Little Caesars has got a big one.
Yeah.
And to be clear, whatever Jets is, or the Detroit style is that really thick, buttery pan crust with the crusty edges and the
that goes out to the edge.
Lots and lots of cheese.
Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. That's why you just need to hop in the shower after you can't even
you can feel your arteries clogging just looking at it.
Yes.
So I can hear that. All right, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is thin crust. It's not my number 1 choice, but
are we talking about like
crust.
New York style thin crust, Philadelphia style thin crust,
thin.
or just cracker thin? Okay.
Yeah, thin crust.
So thin crust pizza.
Crunchy, crispy.
My number 3 is New York style. That fire-killed thin crust that you kind of bend up and you eat it like a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's spectacular, but it's my number 3.
All
right, number 2, DJ.
I was gonna go with the Philly style, because learning something new today. I thought it was New York style, but apparently the style that I liked at college is Philly style, where the pizza slice is literally as big as my face.
Yeah, it's just gigantic.
Yeah,
and you bend it up and you
his face or the pizza?
Yeah, I don't know, both.
What? What's all the hate?
All right.
No, you said it. I was just clarifying.
You said as big as your face. I mean, all right. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Detroit. I love it. It's very, very good.
My number 2 is Detroit also.
And it's needs no words.
Yeah.
What's number 1?
Chicago.
I love Chicago, but I'm going with hand tossed.
What?
That to me is pizza. If you say pizza, that's what I picture. Everything else, but I love it.
Yeah, that Chicago pizza with the sauce on the top and that much toppings and just that little bit. Yeah, that's me too.
That's
good.
Like, it's almost a meat pie.
Right,
yeah,
there you go.
That's exactly what it's pot pie day. You're talking about a pizza be calling a pie. That thing looks like a pie.
Exactly.
And you can experience this because we went in Vegas at Giordano's. One piece will fill you up.
Yeah. Hold on. Are you saying a normal person, or are you talking about me?
The random person, the average person, one piece of Chicago pizza will fill them up.
Okay.
I do too.
All right.
He's probably half the pizza.
I want to try half a pizza of Chicago.
That's good.
Nashville now has Pizza Uno, I think.
Do they really? Can we take a
road trip to go Pizza Uno?
Pizzeria Uno.
Yeah.
When we went to Chicago the last time, we ate there, and it was incredible.
It's incredible.
There's no words if you love pizza.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of the trip, other than seeing my brother, of course. But
yeah,
that was cool. Yeah, I'll say him. I'll say him once a year.
Spinelli's, JR. I would say that's a combination of Philly style and New York style. it's not the fire killed like New York, so I would lean it more to Philadelphia. But the New York style is like brick oven with the burnt at the bottom.
Yeah.
Spinelli's
Blaze.
more, like
and
Blaze.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I was getting ready to say something about Totino's, but if I'm not mistaken, they were the first frozen pizza.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. That's his name. It was a legit guy who started developing. Maybe it wasn't the first, but he developed the crust that's not soggy. So that's what the problem was. They were having frozen pizzas, but the crust was just like wet bread.
I lived off those in college.
Oh man, $1 a piece. It saved a lot.
Yeah,
man.
I lived off.
I don't know what they are now, but yeah.
All right, you got the next one.
All right, so if you are looking to ramp up your career, see what the fuss is all about over here, give us a call. Century 21 Wright Realty. We have a lot of good things going on and a lot of good things we're building up right now. So be a part of the growth, and a couple big announcements coming up soon, and just would reinforce what we all believe or what we already know is true. So give us a call, any of the agents, or call the broker. Reach out anytime. Set up an appointment to hang out with us some, and we'd love to talk to you.
All right, community event. Yeah, we'd love to talk to people.
Yeah. Community event. Starting actually on the 21st, Lucky Lads having their pumpkin patch. That's through November 1st. And they're also already underway with their corn maze and all that good stuff. So Lucky Lad Farms is where it's at right now. There is a cost with that, though, so check out their site. But
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. If you're a person that's got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage minimum house on a step system or sewage, we'd love to hear from you. We got a cash buyer, so there's none of this waiting on a buyer, advertising, no open houses, none of that. We just put your house in do a couple things, put a package together, send this house to this person, and they pay cash. No home inspections even, so you don't have to worry about, oh man, I got to fix all these little knickknacks. You don't have to worry about any of that. There is a renegotiation period after the home inspection, but that's the worst case to it. You don't have to fix anything, so don't worry about that. They don't pick it apart. They just want to look at some bones. So if you have one of those houses that meet those criteria, let us know. We'll send it to them, see what we can do. That'll take care of that.
Yep.
Our phone number is 615-895-9710. So that takes care of that. News you can't believe, Brad. This is your favorite part of the show.
We got it this week. So there was a tour bus full of people. They stop at some area. They were going to spend a couple of hours just walking around and looking around. And when they were starting to get back on the bus, they realized that somebody was missing. So they looked and looked, and it actually into the AM hours looking for this person, only to realize that she was part of the search party. She had on a different jacket that was it stood out. And just during that thing, she took it off, put it in her purse, and so when they were getting back on, somebody was like, where's so-and-so? And, then she didn't know they were asking about her. So they started looking until she realized, hey, they're looking for somebody in the jacket, and it's my jacket, and it's me, so.
Wow.
So they looked for her till the wee hours.
In the AM, well into the AM.
Who was she looking for?
She was looking for some lady that was missing.
So there was no clarify, hey, we want a woman. I guess you due to political correctness, you can't say like male, female, race, height, weight. I guess we're just looking for a person.
I don't even know if you can say person. It's just a mammal.
It's a mammal.
Yeah.
A mammal.
But yeah, but she said she didn't realize when they were describing her, she wasn't thinking of herself. So it just took a while to realize.
Who are these people?
How many people are on?
They're
tour bus is holding about 50.
They're giving a description of what the person looks like. The person's standing right there. The only identifying marker that's not there is they were wearing a jacket.
Right.
But look, facial features, hair, all that, that's the same.
This was not in Florida, though. Is that correct?
I don't think it was Florida. Might have even been overseas. I didn't dig that deep.
I don't get it. I mean, literally, you can use some demographic stuff just to give this person's 5'8", they're this race, they have this color hair, they have this color eyes, and there they are. The only way this doesn't work is if you don't give any of those demographics. You're just like, it's a person. How tall are they? We don't know. How much do they weigh? No idea. What race are they? No clue. And literally. And then you have the person standing there with just not wearing a jacket.
Somebody's still going, oh, that sounds just like me. I'm glad it's not me, though.
And then the person that you know what? That doesn't sound anything like me. And they're all, Jimmy, where are you? JR. $20 says once they figured it out, the rest of the bus voted to have.
To make it an official missing person.
Oh, my goodness. We ran through our credits.
That's it.
All right, so that's it. We'll be back Friday at 10 a.m. for the Friday Food Face-Off. We'll continue the breakfast sandwich tournament, and then back at Friday at 12 o'clock for the regular show. If you need any real estate help from now to then, give our office a call, 615-895-9710. We always like them referrals. We'll be back, 12 o'clock, out.